Look at this. Just put that. Go.
Oh, there you go.
Do you feel the click?
Yeah.
That noise will be your bones in your finger. Welcome to the channel and welcome to a video where we're going to be servicing Louise's trusty old Keeway here. Well, I'm not going to be servicing it. Louise is going to be servicing it.
Yeah, so we're going to learn, well, I'm going to learn how to do a basic service. So we're going to check the chain, change the air filter, the oil and the spark plugs. So I'm going to learn how to do that.
Yeah, so it's a basic service on a bike like this. Now, it's a bit of a disclaimer. This video is really centred on the Keeway 125 here. Most oil changes and basic services are very similar, and this will be relevant to a lot of bikes, but do check your manual on your bike before you start servicing it, because everything will be different. So we don't need a lot of equipment to give a bike like this a basic service. We've got some oil there. This bike takes 1 litre, so I've got a 1 litre bottle, and it is specific to this bike. This bike has a wet clutch, so we've got oil for a wet clutch. But again, check your manual to make sure what oil goes in. We need something to clean the chain, something to lube the chain up afterwards. Got a replacement spark plug there. Again, we check the owner's manual to find out which one it was. And then we've got a socket to get the plug out. We've got a socket here to undo the nut at the bottom of the engine, which will release the oil, and a screwdriver to take the air filter out. And then we just need something to catch the oil in. And then when we put the oil back in the bike, we're going to need a funnel to put that in. We'll show you that in a minute. So we're just going to raise the bike in the air because we can. We've got our trusty ramp here that we built the other week. Now we are servicing this bike in a shed on our ramp. We're doing it because we can, but you could just do this on the side of the road, in your garden, on the patio. It doesn't matter. It's not that difficult to get underneath the bike. Right, Louise is having way too much fun on the bench. We've got some serious servicing to do. Right, you need to get to the other side of the bike. Look at this. She's going to make a rubbish apprentice. She's going to muck around all the time. Right, so what you want to do, Lou, is underneath the bike, that's called a sump plug. We need to undo that, and we want to drain all the oil from there into that plastic tub.
Oh!
That's it. Now, you will be able to do it by hand. That's it. Now, a really good tip here, and I've learned the hard way, don't drop it into the bucket because you're going to have to fish it out in the oil.
So keep hold of the...
Keep hold of the sump plug, yep. And then all that oil will drain into the tub. The oil is going to come out quite quickly. There you go. Just put that on the cloth. Sometimes to help it drain out, just take the cap, the filler cap off, which is on the other side on this bike. And that will let the air through, and that will make it drain a lot faster. Now, while Louise is waiting for the oil to drain from the sump, we're going to just check the filter that is on this bike. Now, it's really important to note that some bikes don't have any filter, somewhat smaller engines. Some bikes have a filter, which we're going to show you in a minute on this Keeway. It's a gauze filter, so we need to take this nut off, take the filter out, check it's clean. Other big bikes have an external filter like this, which you will unscrew and replace. That we'll do in another video when we service this bike.
Oh.
Right, so carefully take that out and you'll see a spring. So take the spring out, put that on there. Lovely. So just put that on the cloth in a minute. We'll clean that up and put that back in.
So what's that? That's it.
So that filters any muck from the oil.
From
so
the
that
oil.
stops the oil. It just collects any bits of dirt,
Okay.
metal, whatever, shouldn't be in there. Now, just to note, inside on this cap that Louise has just taken off, around here there's a rubber O-ring. When you buy one of these, if you can get one of these online, you want to replace it, you will get a new O-ring with the kit. So now we just want to put that back in, Louise. You want to put that back in the order it came out.
Spring.
Spring over the top. Dip your finger in the oil. Just run that around that rubber ring. And when it tightens, it doesn't then drag or split. It slips in quite nicely. Then put the cap back on, make sure that that spring is in the middle of the cap. What's that you've got in your hand there, Louise? What's that called?
Torque wrench?
It's called a torque wrench. Now, not everybody will have a torque wrench. I use one when I tighten nuts and bolts up. And basically, it's to stop you over-tightening a nut and bolt on a bike. We're going to use this to keep ourselves within the reams of the manual. So, Louise, if you tighten that, we've set this to the right torque setting, which we've checked the manual. So we've set the tool itself to the torque setting that we need. So you tighten that up, Louise, now, and then when you feel that ratchet click, when it starts to get tight, you'll feel that ratchet click.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Do you feel the click?
Yeah.
That means that that nut now is as tight as the manufacturer wants it, and that stopped you over tightening it. Now we want to put the sump plug back in. So this is the bolt that we took out of the bottom of the engine. That needs to go in, because if we put the oil in without this, it's just going to come back out again. And this is what we call a crush washer. This comes as part of a service kit when you buy them. So you need to put the new crush washer on there. And then put that back where it came from, at the bottom of the engine. It feels nice and easy, yeah?
Yeah.
Again, just do it hand tight, and then we'll get the torque wrench back on there. And again, just tighten that sump plug up until it clicks. Yeah, give it a tug. There you go. Feel that click?
Yeah.
That's it. Just means then it's tight enough. We don't tighten it any more than that. So that's the sump plug in. We've got the filter back in, tightened up, all to the torque settings. And now we just need to put the oil into the engine. Yeah, so the whole litre in there now. Okay, stick the lid on that. Just for reference, we are using, for this Keeway, a semi-synthetic 10W40 4-stroke oil. And it's really important at the bottom there that it's JSO accredited. It just means it's usable for this bike and wet clutches. So that's it. So show me the end of that dipstick. And there we go. We can see that the oil now, the level of that oil was just up the top where it says maximum on there. So that's fine. We can put that back in. Right, this is a nice straightforward job, replacing the spark plug. Again, we've gone and bought the right spark plug for the bike, and we did check that it matched the one that's already in there. So what you want to do to change the spark plug, Louise, take that cap off. Yeah, just check that's all intact. Yeah, use that socket that fits the plug. And just make sure you're undoing. So take that out. Be really careful putting the spark plug in that you don't go bang on the engine, because you will bend that little electrode at the end. So just put that in nice and gently. That'll do, that's fine. You don't want to over tighten the spark plug. And then put the cap back on. So you feel it have a few clicks. There you go. And that's it. That's the spark plug replaced. We can just get rid of the old one. Right, the next job on the service list is the air filter, which, again, check your manual to find out where the air filter is. We know on this bike it's behind this left-hand side cover. So if you pull that cover off.
This one?
Yep. Now, this is what's called the air box. It feeds air into the engine. There's a filter inside there. We want to check that or change it. So if you undo those 3 screws there, that will pull the filter out.
These ones on the
Yes.
outside, because there's 3 there as well, isn't there?
Okay, so if we pull that out, you will find there's a filter attached.
Oh, okay.
So don't put your dirty hands on the filter. You want to hold it from the top there and just give it a little turn. But what we're going to do on this bike, so that you'll be able to pull that filter off. I did replace this filter when we bought the bikes. It doesn't actually need replacing, but we're just going to pretend that Louise has put a new filter on there, and then we're going to put it back in the bike.
What would I be looking for if it did need replaced?
Yeah, this looks dead clean, but it will be all black inside here.
Oh, okay.
If it's dirty, if it looks dirty, it needs changing, because the air needs to pass through that. Okay. That's spotlessly clean, because I did do that about 500 miles ago. Now that's the air box. This is the part you want to check in there. There's no leaves or anything that's gone past that filter. It should be spotlessly clean, yeah. Which it is. It's lovely and clean. If there is anything in there and it's gone past the filter, it's a good time to change the filter and clean this out, because you don't want anything in there going into the engine. So if you put that back as if we put a new filter on there, is it?
Just pop the top ones out.
Right, casing back on?
Yep.
Great, so that's the air filter done. So what we've got to do is clean the chain. Now, this is going to be really important, and you'll learn the hard way if you don't follow this step. If you spin that back wheel, Louise, in here is what we call the sprocket, which is connected to the chain, and that's got teeth, and they're very, very sharp. And what some people do, and I have seen it, is they will grab their cloth to clean the chain. If you hold that cloth on there, don't move the wheel, and then they will spin the wheel to let the chain go through the cloth to clean it. That's incredibly dangerous, and you could take your fingers off, which Louise is going to demonstrate. Pretend that's your finger. This is a bit of celery, because we couldn't find a carrot. this is going to be your finger cleaning the chain like that. So if you hold that there and then spin the wheel forwards, there you go. That noise will be your bones in your finger. If you do that. Yeah, see? Take your finger right off. There's no doubt about it. You will lose. So the safest way to clean your chain is just to pop it in first gear. Put it in first gear and that back wheel should be locked. It won't spin. Okay. And then we're going to use some, I'm just going to use some of this, you're just going to use some of this GT85 or WD-40, or even better, if you've got any chain cleaner, put some on a cloth. So if you spray just a bit of that on a cloth there. Now the idea is you just want to give this chain a good clean, because when you oil the chain with your chain lube, what it does, it collects all the dirt and collects all the grit from the road. We just want to get most of that off before we re-oil it for the next time. So give that section of chain a clean between there and there. As much as you can see, just give it a really hard wipe. And once you've done that section, you can then put it back into neutral. Spin it to the next section, minding your fingers. That's it, put it back in gear. And just clean that next section. And just keep repeating this until the whole chain is as clean as you can get it. All you want to do is spin that wheel and apply the oil onto the back of the chain there. Not too much. Just a nice constant flow of it, that's it. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That's the service of this Keeway X-Lite complete. Again, a very basic service, but you can be done at home. Louise has done that with minimal tools. We've just had to work out the right spanners that fit the right parts that we have to take off. It will be different on every bike. But yeah, was that easy enough?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Could you do that now without my help?
Yeah, I think I could. Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for watching our quick video. That was really helpful for me, so hopefully it might have helped someone out there. I think I'm always a bit daunted by things like this because it's all very new. So I don't want to rely on other people too much. So yeah, that was really good. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We've also got a Facebook page actually that we never seem to mention.
Mad About Bikes, yeah.
So pop over there, and all of our clips and videos you'll find on there too.
See you in the next one. Cheers.